Welcome to the Universe Era podcast, where it's round one of Cena versus Orton. Fuck's sake. On to my left, we have the man who likes to make that money, yeah, money, yeah, Ryan.
Yo!
His name is Jamie, and he loves to fight, right? And bow down to the king of kings. Me, James, because screw you, I'm taking Triple H. But today we're reviewing SummerSlam 2007, our first of the big four pay-per-views, the biggest party of the summer. By God, they won't let you forget it. Like, I wanted to do a drinking game of how many times do they say this is the biggest party of the summer, but then I think I'll die of alcohol poisoning. But
yeah.
For the intro, we had like a quick mention of the SummerSlam history. Like, they mentioned right off the top that it's the 20th SummerSlam they've done, but they didn't really treat it like an anniversary, which was weird. Because literally, whenever there's any kind of anniversary, WWE's like, here's the history of this. It was weird. We have a little bit of the Rey Mysterio return, Batista versus Khali, Randy Orton versus Cena, and then Jesus Christ, that cut between the Randy Orton in like promo thing to the Welcome to SummerSlam is the most off thing ever. It's like they cut it in the middle of a word. And then, as my note said, I'm surprised Triple H didn't get mentioned in the intro. Then he breaks through the SummerSlam thing, and I just went, oh, fucking course, Triple H gets the main event intro.
Typical.
For the intro, I've got, Tori Wilson.
Yes. Yes. We knew that shit was happening. I like this set. I like the big surfboards. Like,
Aye.
I think
like it much better than the Great American Bash one.
Yeah. I think this is my second favourite set we have. Like, it's not as good as Night of Champions, because that had, like, the columns and all of that, and a bit regal. But this is a good one. Our first match is Kane versus Finlay.
Oh.
This is just a big, beefy match. Just two beefy men just hitting beefy moves against each other. Like, they don't have, you ain't getting some cross-body sunset flip maneuver. No, you're just getting Finlay, who probably will fight you in a pub, and Kane, who's a demon. And I just have a note saying, Hornswoggle gets involved.
Yeah.
Hornswoggle. Like, I started seeing red. Like, I just hated it. And then Kane goes to chokeslam Hornswoggle. Kane is now my favorite wrestler.
Ha!
Like,
it really annoyed me when Hornswoggle started.
Yeah. Kane goes for the chokeslam a couple of times, but because of like the broken ribs, he can't. And I'm like, okay, there's a nice bit of psychology in this. You know how I call out the commentary for shit lines?
Yeah.
Lines all the time. This is different. JBL says about Kane in not being able to do the chokeslam, imagine going to war with a gun with no bullets. That is an incredible line.
Mm-hmm.
You've removed this move in that. Kane finally hits Finlay with the chokeslam for the free. Overall, I liked this match. It had a nice story. It got better at the end, but it was a very slow start. I gave it a 3 out of 5.
I gave it a 3 as well. I was thinking actually the wrong match. I was thinking this was the Belfast Brawl match. Obviously that's against JBL later on.
Isn't that Mania?
I mean, a 24.
Yeah, because we're going to review that, because that's when JBL throws the bin at Hornswoggle. I may or may not have that video in my private collection. Just, when you're late at night, you turn off the lights, you play that video, and you slip your hand in there.
That's not the
Hornswoggle.
That ain't the video I play. That ain't the video I play.
No, you play Sean. You play Sean saying, "I'm sorry, I love you." Super hit.
I was talking about the Candice Michelle segment.
Well, no, we can't go back to that. Anyway, what did you think of the match, Ryan?
I gave it a 3 as well. I totally agree. It was a completely slow start. I mean, Kane, he was really trying just to get the upper hand, but honestly, with his ribs, it was really difficult to see it. It was hard to watch because Kane, he's a big brute when he's not fully injured. So it was a bit of a slow match. But what I thought was very interesting was even though Kane got hit by Finley's cane twice, he still came back on top and still got the win. I was very impressed with Kane because considering the whole reason he was injured because of that cane injury, I was very impressed with Kane. So I give it a 3 as well.
Mm.
You know what, James? We should actually let Ryan see some of the older Kane.
Oh, what was it? Bad Blood with that's gotta be Kane when he rips the door off the Hell in a Cell.
Right.
Yeah, we'll show you some old Kane.
Yeah.
Kane. As soon as
That's what I like about Ryan. That's what I like about Ryan not watching wrestling. There's so many special episodes you can do.
Yeah.
And it introduces Ryan to other eras.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely going to be very interesting seeing old wrestlers that I completely know and then seeing them nowadays. Just going to be, it'll be a roller coaster of emotions.
Mm-hmm. And when we show you some Macho Man Randy Savage, you'll be like, "Oh, it's the guy from Spider-Man. It's Bonesaw."
Is there any possibility I'll be seeing Dwayne Johnson?
Yes.
Yes.
Goody! Yes, the Rock's in action! Yay!
When we get to 2012, 11 when he first shows up.
Oh, goody.
He has a match against John Cena at WrestleMania 28.
Oh, he's at WrestleMania 27 as well?
Yeah, he's the host.
He's a host,
but
you see him wrestling.
Forward to.
Mm-hmm. We then get a segment with the GMs and Mr. McMahon. I love that office set. Like, it's very Caribbean. Vince hates it. Santino singing opera was... It was so bad, it was great. They slag English women. They slag English women saying Vince wouldn't shag them. And then Coach has a cigar without lighting it. And I had one more note, but I deleted it, but I still remember it. When I first saw that segment with McMahon and Regal and Coachman, I just went, "Is this the segment that I'm thinking of?" It sadly wasn't, but that segment comes later. We then get our triple threat for the IC title with Umanga, Carlito, and Mr. Kennedy.
Okay, has to say it twice.
Yes, and this thing starts with like Mr. Kennedy trying to get Umanga to attack Carlito, and then like he gives him
both
like,
of them were like, hey, you get him. No, get him. Go, no, get him. Oh, it's
Yeah.
like it's hilarious.
And then-
destroy both of them.
and then Carlito, and then Mr. Kennedy like slaps Umaga and then Naito to get his attention. And it's
Never
like,
touch Umaga. That's the point that you're gonna be throttled first.
don't. Yeah, it's like, don't slap a man in the nipples. There's some nice teamwork. There's some nice teamwork between Kennedy and Carlito, but like they get destroyed by Umaga. But this puts Umaga over. Powerful.
I was very impressed of how much of how the team up managed to get up against Umaga. I mean, they got him down a couple of times, and I've never seen that with Umaga before. I've always seen him just
Murder Jeff Hardy. All right. I have the biggest note about this bit. Carlito goes for the roll up on Umaga and holds the rope so the ref doesn't count. My quote says, in full caps, it is a fucking no DQ match that is allowed. Like,
that threw me off a bit.
It's a no DQ match. In theory, if me and Ryan had a no DQ match, I could come out with a gun and shoot him in the head, pin him 1, 2, 3, and it's still allowed. I'll probably be arrested, but I would still win the match.
Exactly. I mean, I didn't understand that, but I will say Umaga had a pretty solid following in this match to the fans.
Mm. Yeah, because he's WWE Samoa Joe. There's a weird bit where like Umaga's outside of the ring and Kennedy's like through the middle rope, like looking at him, and then Umaga drags him out. And I just haven't noticed, like, how did Kennedy not get injured from that fall? Because he like lands like on his ankle, like, but he's not injured at all. I'm genuinely surprised he didn't get injured.
Mm-hmm.
There's a great bit where Carlito's getting Mr. Kennedy to help him for the second time, and you just see him being like, "No, we're here, team up. He is the bad guy. You, me, team up. We're good. We're good, right?" It's like, I love you, Carlito.
Oh yeah.
All 3 men are down, and the ref starts his 10 count. And JR says, "Why the fuck are you doing that, ref? It's a no DQ match."
Yeah, the ref was over the place. He did not know what match he was doing.
Literally, it's a no DQ match. Ref, you're only there to make the 3 count or announce that the guy tapped out. That's it.
The referee in this match, I don't know, it was like he thought he was doing the first match. I think he read whatever script Dave got wrong, and he thought he was doing the wrong match.
Except,
well, maybe he was supposed to do the first match, but I guess he got someone had to swap with him or something. I don't know.
Except you have one problem with that. It's a triple threat match. There are 3 people there. It's not a 1-on-1 match.
Maybe he's drunk.
And triple he had a pint with Finlay.
Maybe he was drunk. He thought it was a 1-on-1, and he was just seeing another guy.
I just now have this image that he thought he was ref in the first match, and he's like, "Wow, Hornswoggle is big and fat, and now Samoan, and why does he have those face tats?"
What is wrong with Hornswoggle's thumb?
Yeah, Umaga hits Mr. Kennedy with his thumb and wins the match. I very much liked this match. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Like, it was just a good triple threat match. Had a nice story. Carlito was entertaining, and
I gave it 3.5. I thought it was pretty solid. It was a pretty solid match. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, me, I gave it a 4. It was so entertaining. Just both Kennedy and Carlito both charging in there. Umaga just hitting them over and over and just overpowering both of them. It was very amusing to watch. That's what I love about Umaga. No matter what you do, he will destroy you.
Literally in a couple of months, that ain't going to be the case.
What?
Like, he goes from the indestructible monster to he's powerful, but you can beat him fairly easily.
Oh, no! Not Umaga!
He goes from the destroyer to the destroyed.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez. No, that's going to be painful to watch.
I then have a segment about the Rey Mysterio return hype thing. Question: the fuck is that music? It's like the weirdest shit. Didn't even listen. Then our next match is Rey Mysterio versus Chavo Guerrero. My notes. This is the second Rey hype we had in less than a minute. It went from Rey hype to, oh, here's Chavo versus Rey, then another Rey hype. I love how they showed Chavo pretending to be Rey. It's such a great segment on SmackDown. Where he pretends to be Rey, and he's like, "Yo, I don't think I can win because I had 5 surgeries on my left knee, and Chavo Guerrero is such a better wrestler than me in every way. I don't think I can win." And it's like, I fucking love you, Rey. He even like drew on Rey Mysterio's fake like tattoos just for that segment. And they don't show Chavo carrying around a Rey Mysterio mask and talking to it for a bit, because that's what he did during the hype. It was surprisingly good. Like, Chavo was going crazy for this match. I noticed a couple of signs in this crowd. This was the first one. There is a sign that says, on the hard cam, that says, "Pathetic Hispanic," about Chavo Guerrero. And I'm like, points for rhyming. Like, it's like, there is a massive pop for Rey Mysterio returning. And they were happy to see that their boy back. Ryan, I asked this question for you. Do you know why Rey Mysterio was painted all silver?
I was concerned about that. I don't know if he was doing that just to match his mask.
What if I told you he painted like that because it's him being the Silver Surfer?
Oh my god, that is so badass.
Trust me, Ryan, when we cover more Rey Mysterio, he dresses up like a lot of different comic characters.
I was just going to say that. He's done that he's done that quite a few times,
like, he did Heath Slater's Joker, he's done Captain America, The Flash, Spider-Man, The Phantom. I was about to say,
Rey Mysterio tribute, when I saw the very beginning, and he was just walking up in the dark, and he was wearing all that red, he completely looked like The Flash to me.
Even had the Flash logo, if you looked.
Yeah. That's awesome. Rey Mysterio is a comics fan. Nice. He's in my book now.
There is a lot of stalling to start this match. Like, they were just like waiting for the crowd to have their wee chance. There's this weird monkey flip thing where, like, Rey holds Chavo's hands, monkey flips him, but then Chavo lands, and then monkey flips Rey, and then Rey lands, and then monkey flips him. It was like, to quote Kalisto, that's some good lucha things. Did either of you notice that Rey Mysterio kept adjusting his mask?
Yeah. I was like, for goodness sake, if it bothers you that much, yes, something to keep it steady.
I popped, Ryan, you won't remember that, you won't know this move. Jamie, I hope you do. I popped massive when Chavo Guerrero pulled out the Brock lock. That was the move where, like, Chavo put Rey's leg over his neck, so like his neck's where his knee is, and then stands up, and it's like hitting Rey's injured knee. It's like,
Yeah,
Dakota.
Chavo was focusing on the knees a lot in that match.
Because Chavo is a bastard and he's incredible. Oh, Rey Mysterio from the Brock Clock is able to kick Chavo in the head, and then Chavo falls in between the ropes, and the crowd goes mental. They know what's coming up. So then Rey goes for the 619. His knee gives out. Then a couple of minutes later, he goes for a second 619, and then Chavo ducks, and we get a cool bit where Rey does like a full spin around the ropes, which was interesting. Chavo then goes for the Three Amigos, but then Rey is able to turn that into a 619 for the free. And I fucking loved this match. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
Wow.
Ryan, what did you think of this match?
I would say it was all right. Obviously, I'm not familiar with all of Rey Mysterio's techniques. I'm mostly used to him doing all the flippity flips, but obviously with his bad knee, he couldn't do much of the moves he would usually do in a match. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I did like the fact he was dressed up as Silver Surfer. That's completely awesome. And the crowd loving him returning. I mean, I think like a quarter of the match was just everyone just praising Rey Mysterio and him just doing all his taunt moves just to say, that's right, I am back. So I would say I would give it a 3, only because I wanted Rey to do more of his signature moves. But obviously with his injury, I understand why he couldn't do it. But so that's a 3 for me.
All right, Jamie, you've got to decide. Will Ryan be the heel in this match?
Well, I gave it the same as you. I gave it 4.5.
Ryan is the bad guy.
Shut up! That's the first time I seen him, and he's injured. I mean, that's. I mean, come on. I'm too used to him doing flips.
Yeah, I just loved, seeing Rey and Chavo against each other. It was just, I don't know. I've always loved it when they work together. It's like Rey and Eddie. They've just got this bit of chemistry. They know how far to go. They know the limits. They just know each other so well. And when you put them together, it's just, you get where we go.
Anything else about this match before we go to the King Booker segment?
No.
Well, I was just impressed with Chavo doing his gory bomb and Rey still living after that.
Yeah, I love the gory bomb. We never see that often. Okay, our next bit is a King Booker interview. My only note for this is it's nothing much, but Booker is Booker. So, 5 stars.
I just put down my only note for that interview is bowing to King.
You've got to love Booker.
Well, definitely no one liked him in the match. No one liked him in the match.
Yeah, because Booker is the greatest heel of all time now. All right.
That's what I like about Booker T. See, if he's a face, he will really go over as a face. But if he's a heel, he'll make sure everyone hates him.
All right. Time for the Divas Battle Royal. Might as well go to the tournament.
No, Jamie's gonna get all turned on again.
All right. Here's the notes I have. Candice Michelle comes out. The fuck is that music? She now has the worst. What is this weird dance dubstep version of her song? It's the fucking worst. I hate it. We then get Maria, Beth Phoenix, X, Maurice, Jillian Hall, Tori Wilson, Victoria, Crystal, Michelle McCool, Kelly, Brooke, and Layla, and they all come out to Maria's music for some reason. It was weird.
I seen. I can't remember what the order was. I think it was Kelly that won it for me, and then I seen Tori Wilson that won it again, and then I seen Michelle McCool, and I thought,
that's it. It was this was your 5-star match.
I can stop watching.
I think this fight was a pleasure for everyone. I mean, even the spokesperson, he was loving it as well. He said he would get an operation because he couldn't stop smiling the entire match.
Yeah. Jerry Lawler is a fucking creep in this match. You know.
I've got a comment here, but they put Kelly as my favourite. She looks like my fourth wife. And JR said, "How many times you've been married?" And the King says 3.
Oof.
That's just a Jerry Lawler thing, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, and my note for that is, nah, mate, she's too old for your taste, Jerry. You know, we know what you allegedly like. Allegedly. We're not going into that story, Ryan, but
that's a special episode.
Candice Michelle is in front of the announcers on like some throne with peacock feathers. I like that. The crowd is dead for this match. Like, I think they all went, "Oh, this is our piss break match, or we can relax after Rey versus Chavo." Oh, and basically all the notes I have here is who got eliminated. Brooke got eliminated. I did not see who did that. Maria got eliminated by Jillian Hall. Layla got eliminated by Victoria. Victoria got eliminated by Crystal. Crystal got eliminated by Michelle McCool. The story seems to be that Michelle McCool didn't mean to do it, because what was meant to happen is, I think it's Kelly's pushing her out. What the plan is that Michelle's meant to go behind and attack her, and Kelly's meant to move out the way so she would attack Crystal. But when Kelly moves out the way, you can see Michelle stop for a brief second and then continue. Slight fuck up there. We get the JBL line that at Michelle's the future Mrs. Layfield. I think a certain Undertaker might have some words. Kelly is eliminated. We can't remember who took it, but as I said, she takes the safest bump ever. Like, she literally grabs every single rope, drops, grabs a rope, then grabs it, and then slowly rolls over. It's like, you two. Like, yeah. Tori Wilson is eliminated by Jillian Hall. Mickie James is eliminated by Melina. Maria is eliminated. Beth eliminates Tori. And then Beth eliminates Maria to win. And Beth Phoenix will then face Candice Michelle later on. This match was literally nothing. 0.5 out of 5.
I gave it 0.
Oof.
Well, I'm surprised you just didn't go 5 stars. Greatest match of all time.
Yeah, like Jamie, you've gone off it.
I was thinking about that especially when I seen like Tori and Michelle McCool and Kelly. I was thinking this is gonna be a 5-star, and then they go and let it down. I should have just left and came back after it was finished, and it would have still been a 5. But
I just imagine you went, like, you saw this and you went, "Oh, you can keep your Tamahashis and Okadas at Wrestle Kingdom. You can keep that. I'll take this Divas Battle Royal."
I thought that they could have done a lot better than this.
Oh, yeah.
It was just nothing. You kind of knew that Beth Phoenix was going to win. It was just...
Now, the question I have is will Ryan give this match the highest rating?
Oh boy, that's okay. In my opinion, I don't know why on earth Melina would do a scream and then a slam. I just called it her scream slam. I mean, what was the point in her screaming like that? I mean, it was mad. And honestly, that whole fight, it just looked like girls are all fighting each other, like they're going, like they're wanting to get a discount on something, and there's only one left, and they're just going rapid just to get it.
You think that is bad? Wait until Gillian Hall starts singing.
Whoa. Although interesting was Beth's toughness in that, it kind of reminded me of Umaga for some reason.
Yeah, Beth, we'll see this more later on when Beth gets more of a character and more independent, but like Beth has always seemed like one of the only legitimate tough women on the roster at this time.
Right. Like, it was very impressive. Okay. So, in my opinion, it's very difficult because, again, honestly, yes, it was absolutely garbage. There was no thrill of it at all, in case you're one of these horny kind of guys, but even then, it was a bit of a buzzkill. So, I'm going for a 0 as well. I'm a 0.
James, you give it the highest rating.
The only reason why I didn't give this 0 was because it was a match. There were moves.
Well, they went debatable.
Moves. I just see girls going crazy.
I just seen girls moving. I didn't see. That's the only moves I seen.
All right, then I'm the new Dave Meltzer. Anyway, then MVP comes out, and then he's like, this is the woman basically saying, like, remove the women, have MVP, and then MVP challenges Matt Hardy to a beer drinking contest. And then I don't know what the crowd is chanting at first, but I think I know who they are later on. Matt mentions that on Saturday night's main event at the boxing match at MVP, he substituted himself for Evander Holyfield, and when Matt mentions a substitute, all that crowd knows who he's talking about.
And when they heard the music, they went mad.
I just had this. My thing just says, the glass breaks and the crowd goes insane. Like, yeah, this is your first time ever seeing Austin, Ryan.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we're going to need to show you some Austin because let's just say Austin has some of the biggest crowd reactions to have ever existed in wrestling.
Well, I after seeing that one bit, even if it was a beer drinking contest, that was I can tell everyone loves him.
What if I told you on an episode of Raw when that glass breaks, the crowd goes so insane you can't hear Austin's music. You can only hear the crowd just scream.
Mm-hmm. How's that even possible to be so loud you can't even hear the music that's on the speakers that are full volume? That is going to be very interesting to watch.
To take a note from the Miller podcast when they reviewed WrestleMania 17, if Jesus Christ returned, he would not get as big as a pop as Austin got this night. Like, Austin is popular. We then get Austin doing push-ups, running the ropes, and jumping jacks for the beer drinking. And it's like, I love you, Austin. Like, Austin, when he wants to be...
Just milking it.
When Austin wants to be comedic, he is a funny son of a bitch. MVP goes to get a drink, and then Stone Cold Stunner.
Yeah, what the heck was that?
Ryan, that Stone Cold it doesn't matter if you're a good guy, a bad guy, man, woman, child, he will stone cold stun at everyone because
Even the boss.
Especially his boss. As Austin famously said in his Austin 316 promo, Steve, my first declaration of King of the Ring is I've got a list, and everyone's on that list. Doesn't matter who you are. Stone Cold Steve Austin gonna go for that list and kick all your asses, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
It's just something seeing Stone Cold how he turned out. I mean, I watched documentaries and everything, and he wasn't meant to win King of the Ring.
No, it's meant to be Triple H.
Meant to be Triple H, but obviously the curtain call put the Jets on him, so Stone Cold was born. Everyone happens for a reason.
I didn't even mention Austin's most famous line from that, Ryan, because he beat Jake Roberts, and Jake Roberts' gimmick was he was spouting Bible verses.
All right.
Austin, when he won King of the Ring, his most famous line is, talk about your Psalms, you talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 said, I just whipped your ass.
That's great.
I think that's when the fans really took to Austin, because was that the night Austin went to the hospital? He busted his lip or something, he went to the hospital and then he came back and finished the Jake Roberts match.
Yeah, Austin is a tough son of a bitch. He also had his neck broken and came back 3 months later. Yeah, Austin is a special specimen. And literally every other thing he says, they will slap onto a t-shirt. Give me a hell yeah. DTS Rock, don't trust anybody. I just have a note saying, I loved this. This segment was so funny.
That made me feel better after the Divas match. Honestly, that did make me feel better.
Because what MVP and Matt Hardy's been doing is that they've been having competitions. It's not wrestling, so it'd be like basketball competitions, boxing competitions, arm wrestling competitions, and it's just so funny because MVP is such a shit, and he's like when he's like doing the arm wrestling thing, he keeps like letting go, like because he's doing like arm practices, and then like he says, "Oh, I have a heart condition, so I can't do this. I can't do this." He's so funny. Now we get to the best part of this match. Night. Crying Time enters McMahon's office. Vince McMahon will forever be known as VMAC now. I don't care, that is his name. And then we get it, because Chad, as he says, you got to make that money. Yeah, money, yeah. And then they all circle around. And then when JTG puts the hat on Regal and then Regal starts dancing, it is the funniest shit ever. Like,
I love that.
Regal is the absolute best. Like, oh, I need to show you the Venom promo that Regal cut. Because Regal's always been a bad guy. That's just what he is. But he was in a tag team with Eugene, and Eugene's gimmick is that he's retarded. That's his gimmick. It's very offensive. But Triple H attacks Eugene, so then Regal comes out and he basically says, you and me, we were both bad guys. We were a tag team. And if you beat up anyone else, I would applaud you being a dick. But the fact that you took advantage of that poor little boy, I can never forgive you. So if you want a fight, I will go into my changing room, dress into my ring attire, and then I will fight you with every ounce of violent venom I have in my body. And that second, I just went, I love you, Regal. Regal is the best. Yes. And then we get a Ron Simmons. Damn.
To be honest with you, I rated that William Regal segment higher than
Oh,
Higher than the women's battle royal.
I didn't even. Yeah.
Say about
I didn't.
3. Same as Kane versus Finlay.
Oh, see, I didn't rate like segments, but if I'm going to rate them, Stone Cold Steve Austin beer drinking contest gets a 4 out of 5, and Regal dancing is 5 stars. I don't care.
But saying that, higher than the women's battle royal, that's so hard. You could get 2 mice just staring at each other, or you could get Adam Cole staring at a hamster on Instagram. That would get a higher rating for me than that women's battle royal.
Yeah, big time.
Okay. Our next match is CM Punk versus John Morrison.
Again.
Yeah, a third time. It's the trilogy. We're at okay. So we had a new challenger, Revenge of the Morrison, and Return of the Punk. Bam. Star Wars. Give me a gold medal. Holy shit, we have a hype package. I was genuinely surprised by that. And John finally has his lyrics to his song. Hey, this ain't no make-believe, but maybe. Maybe it's Maybelline. Why did they never do a Maybelline ad with John Morrison? His hair is amazing. Easily, I would make that a Maybelline ad. Like, just, I don't know, just have him come out to a match. Like, the intro's like him coming out to a match, and then it's like, hey, this ain't no make-believe. Then he just turns to the camera and just says, but maybe it's Maybelline. He just needs his slow-mo part of his entrance where, like, he puts his arm up and then there's slow-mo. We have some very nice match chain wrestling to start up. John hit CM Punk with a neck breaker in between the ropes. Like, Punk's in between the ropes, and then John hits him with that neck breaker. I'm like, shit, that's great. Okay. Jamie, am I the only one who had a bit of the crowd chant Johnny Polo?
No, I had.
Like,
I actually thought they were. You know what attracted me to that is because obviously I don't know if you know, but we've got an independent wrestler called Jackie Polo, and I thought they were shouting Jackie Polo, and I thought, what? And then it was Johnny Polo.
It's like, is everyone here in New Jersey, I think it was, are they all just massive Raven fans? A thing I like about this match is that neither one of them starts the move they want. Like, anytime anyone hits each other, it's always a reverse move. So it's like Johnny goes to hit Punk, but then Punk reverses it and then hits him. But then when Punk goes to hit him, Johnny reverses that into a hit. It's like, that is it's a very good thing to say, like, no, these two know each other, so they're not going to fall for their mistakes. John Morrison wins with a roll-up, but his feet are meant to be on the ropes, but if you look, like, John's feet are nowhere near the ropes, he, like, slightly touches them for, like, a second, and that's it. It's like, oh, you botched that ending. I liked this match, but that botch was kind of bad. 3 out of 5, I gave it.
I feel so bad. I gave it a 2.5.
Ooh.
They still need to bring that spark back that I know the two of them can do. I just think the first match, which was totally unexpected, left last minute, and that's been the best match for me.
Oh. I actually thought this match was the best one they had. Right. Ryan.
No, I'm the heel.
No, Ryan, we need to see who is the heel in this. Are you going to be the heel, or is Jamie the heel?
For me, I would not say it was definitely not the best. It was not the best fight of that night. Honestly, it was definitely not. But I mean, John's getting interrupted with the slam and getting hit right in the nuts. I just thought, whew, that was painful. And his spring double kick, I kind of like that. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. I kind of like the Pokemon move there, just doing double kick. I like that. But overall.
Oh, Ryan, I think he's gone.
Is he leaving us hanging?
No.
He couldn't have timed that any. He couldn't have timed that any better, could he? He was just about to tell us what his match rating was.
No, Ryan, you. If he's doing this for like some dramatic effect, I'm going to be so pissed.
Just the timing's perfect there. It was just a way to tell us.
Yeah.
You couldn't write that.
No. Well. Yeah. Just rejoin with that link. Oh, I'm right now. Please add, you prick. Come on, you prick. I feel if this was like done in like with video, we just need to have like the Simpsons technical difficulty thing. I'm surprised we've not had more Simpsons references. Isn't that like a go-to for wrestling podcasts? Every other thing. Oh, are we back?
Yeah, I'm back.
What a time for that to happen, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Just before the climax, say what you rated this match, and then bam.
Mm-hmm. Really?
The timing.
Mm-hmm. All right. What did you rate this match?
I'll tell you once we're back on record.
We are. It keeps recording.
Oh, okay. Right, you'll just I will just cut this bit and I'll just say the number and that's when we'll continue on from.
Yep.
Me, it was a 3 out of 5.
Ah, damn, I'm the heel.
Jamie is the heel. Is that just going to be our new segment now? Like, who is the heel of this match?
I think so. I think it's going to be.
All right. I have one question I wanted to ask Ryan because Jamie already answered and I already answered.
Right.
Out of the 3 CM Punk John Morrison matches we've had, so Vengeance, Bash, and this, what was the best match they've had, in your opinion?
Oh boy, that's difficult. I would say the one I watched before this one was the best for me.
Oh shit, Great American Bash? Oh my god, it's a 3-way tie. That's it. I think we need to ask Joey Gecko for Sultans of Spandex. Next, bring him in. Oh shit, his audio didn't record. Fuck. Right, for Ryan and the people who are listening, we filmed a special episode with Joey Gecko from the Sultans of Spandex talking about the rise and fall of WCW. However, that video's audio got lost.
3.5 hours.
Oh, yeah. Come! It's Doctor Who all over again.
Yeah. It's so fucking bad. But, anyway, our next match is King Booker versus Triple H.
Who was the favorite in that match?
No, because Triple H was returning. And, okay. There's another nice sign. I spotted a couple of signs in this crowd more than usual. Clown with the crown. And I'm like, clever. I love Booker T's robe. It's so beautiful. Triple H gets his RoboCop intro with the "Gentlemen, we can rebuild him.
I like that, man. I did like that. I thought that was a very good touch. I liked it.
Yeah. I like that. However, little behind the curtain, Pool, these Jamie and Ryan don't watch the weekly television. I do. So I've had to watch 11 weeks worth of television. So that's 33 shows doing this podcast so far. They show that exact same video promoting Triple H returning at SummerSlam twice an episode. I have seen that RoboCop intro 66 times.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. It's like, I was so pissed. Triple H gets a massive pop when he comes out, and there's a Triple H chant. I did not think that was possible, because like a common joke with wrestling fans is there's never a Triple H chant unless you're playing the video games.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the first time I've heard Triple H chant.
Mm. There is a lot of stalling at the start of this match. Booker T is
Oh my god, it was slow.
Booker T is incredible with this crowd. It's like, Booker, you're the best. Triple H locks in the figure four on Booker T, and that entire place just wooed. It's like, Ric Flair fans, I see. I don't have a lot of notes until we get to the finish, which was Triple H hits the pedigree on Booker T, but then Booker T raises his arm and shoulder at 3, so he technically kicked out. It's like, I don't, like, what the fuck was up with that finish? I liked this match. It was basic, but the crowd was incredible, and the finish was slightly fucked up. So I gave it a 3 out of 5.
I gave it 2.5. Oh, bad again. It was good to see Triple H come back, obviously, but Booker T for me, as you say, just the way he works that crowd. Like I say, I mean, he can make a crowd love him, but he can make a crowd hate him. He's one of them that can make them love him on the Monday, but then make them hate him on the Thursday.
Yeah.
He's just got that talent about him. And, King Booker.
Ryan, what did you think of this match?
Well, I can definitely say King Booker was booed so many times in that match. And I think I noticed that he almost cried once because the fans just hated him so much. And Triple H coming back, I thought was great for him coming back and just letting it in that he's back and he's just absorbing the crowd's cheers. And but yeah, it was mostly just punches and kicks and punches and kicks. It didn't get really much very interesting until like nearly enough the end where we got him slammed into the stairs and got Triple H's spine buster, and then the pedigree then wins the match for Triple H. So I liked the good moves at the very end. So for me, I'm a 3 out of 5.
Damn it.
Jamie, why are you such a heel?
Yeah, Jamie, what the heck, man?
We've still got another 2 to go, you mate.
Hey, that's another thing we should do. Who is the most healed until the end at the end of the podcast? Who's the most healed? He'll be the healed of the night.
Well, I'm never going to win that because apparently I give every match way too high of a rating. So, anyway.
Yes, you do. You give too much, which is why I was very surprised when you gave the Divas your lowest ever mark. I was very surprised on that.
Except I didn't even have the lowest rating of that match. Genuinely.
Yeah, even that you give the highest. What is your problem? Do you really want me on top every time, even on the crap matches? For goodness sakes.
However, what I'm going to say will turn me into the heel.
Oh, here we go.
We have to say goodbye to someone on the show.
What?
It's with I am genuinely sad about this. It is with a great, sadness that I have to announce. Goodbye, your lordship, King Booker.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my!
This is the last time we're seeing him until he comes back in 2012. But yeah, he's gone.
Holy crap!
Because what's going to happen is that what happened is a doctor got caught for selling steroids, and he basically said, I gave it to a lot of wrestlers, and those wrestlers got suspended. So, on the next pay-per-view, we'll be missing some talent here and there, but most of them will come back. But during his suspension, Booker T asked for his release and got it granted. So, yeah, Booker T. I am genuinely sad that we don't have King Booker anymore.
You know, I actually forgot about that. I thought you were going on about when. Remember the other night you were talking about the retirement and the Mark Henry way. I thought that's where you were going with that.
Oh no! No, I genuinely no. But yeah, genuinely, Booker T is gone until he comes back. What, 5 years later?
Right.
Jeez.
So, yeah. Thank you, my king. This company was not ready for you. I think. May we pay respect to King Booker. All right. That was genuine sound. Now let's go to genuinely angry. Booker T versus the great... No, not Booker T. Batista. Yeah, Booker T runs out and takes his space. Batista versus... It's like, no, bruh. Nah. Batista versus the Great Khali.
Two of my favorites.
I literally have 2 notes for this match in my ratings. Khali hits Batista with a chair for the DQ. And
G.
I think I can count on one hand the amount of moves that Batista actually did on the Khali. If Khali, it was basically a squash match. Khali just beat up Batista way too long. My rating is, this match was bad, 1 out of 5.
I gave it half a point.
Half a point?
Half a point. I just think whoever booked this, whoever wrote this match, made Batista look like an idiot. And we know what Batista's capable of. Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was a total disrespect to Batista. And I just put the belt on him already.
I
because you can see he's got the passion for it.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what happened to Batista. I mean, he was the one that called Khali out, but he barely did anything.
Okay, Jamie, what you were saying about, he looks like an idiot and just put the belt on him. Are you talking about this match, or are you talking about the match against Edge at Vengeance 2007? Because it was the exact same thing. He looked like an idiot.
Aye.
Because remember, he lost by countout, so he couldn't become the champion as Edge was.
Don't you dare go back there.
You know what I mean? Why? I mean, I'm not the biggest Batista fan.
No.
I'm not heel again. I'm not. I like it. He's really, and I just think this match and the Edge match, they just show him in a different light. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we've seen him. We've seen him in other matches. We know he's got far more potential, far more ability and skills than what this match has shown and what the Edge match has shown. I just think it could have been a good match, but the story writers and whoever came up with this match, I don't know if they were on drugs or they were just too busy trying to get into the women's locker room to celebrate the Battle Royal and made a clusterfuck of this match. You know, it was like an episode of The Simpsons. I just had to get The Simpsons reference in there.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
no, because while we were waiting for you to reconnect, I said that I'm surprised we haven't had more Simpsons references. Because don't you need Simpsons references for a wrestling podcast?
No.
All right. What did you think, Ryan? Be the babyface.
Well, obviously, the Great Khali and Batista, both two of my absolute favorite wrestlers of all time. And I mean, when I saw the intro, the Great Khali, he was like the heavyweight champ and that. I was just very confused on why you guys thought Khali was crap. I mean, but he was the champ for like ages, and he would destroy people with his big hands. I mean, I never understood why he's so crap. I never understood that.
Because he can't wrestle, he can barely walk. Literally, all his moves are chop, chop. I'm going to hold the rope, chop. Like that's what I'm doing. He can't wrestle. Like they hired him. He was
his pressure point chokes on Batista. He definitely did that loads of times.
I wanted to mention that.
You know what I used to like about Great Khali is when they would put him up against Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
And honestly, Rey Mysterio, what's he going to do? Head arm and hip. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I wanted to talk about because you know how they were talking about like how Khali has that Pam thing, like the crush the head move.
Yeah.
Imagine how bad that must be because it's like you're backstage, you're the Great Khali, and let's say Vince walks up to you and he's like, Khali, we've got a new finisher for you. You're going to do a new finisher as the World Heavyweight Champion. And Khali's like, oh, what is it? Is it like a triple power bomb? Am I doing like a moonsault off the top rope? No, you just put your hand on their head, and they act like you're crushing their head. That's all you do. It's like, are they that scared that Khali is that useless that they can't give him a proper move? What was your rating, just so you can say it was 5 stars and make us the bad guy?
No, definitely not a 5-star 5 because honestly, I wish Batista did more. I mean, for goodness sakes, man. I mean, I thought I was going to see him actually win that belt. I mean, he is supposed to be the heavyweight champ one of these years, but I haven't actually seen the proper match yet. But and I thought the using the chair at the very end, I just thought, oh, that's just weak. So overall, counting the fact they're two of my favorites, and it's just what they've done. It's not the best. 1 out of 5.
Wow, me and Ryan are on the same page, and Jamie's the heel. Also, I like to point this out because I was re-listening to a podcast because I'm a raging narcissist who has to re-listen to my old stuff. I remember Ryan saying, "Oh, I'll be the only one who does match ratings."
Yeah, look at that! I have started something.
Our next match is our main event of the evening. It is John Cena versus Randy Orton. Ryan?
Yes?
Tell us what you thought about this match. You can start with this.
Well, thank you very much. I thought Randy, holy crap, he was terrifying. He was like a raging bull, just ready to charge at the opening moment, and he would not let John do anything. He was a monster against him. But
Would
and
you say
John,
he was a viper? Jamie knows what I'm talking about.
right, whatever. But I liked John's determination. I mean, honestly, getting mangled like that and being held in those sleeper holes for so long, I just thought, how on earth is he going to do this? I'll never know. And he actually doing it, and I just thought, I thought the determination in him to actually win that fight, I just thought, damn, he's been through hell, and he's managed to come back. He's managed to win it still after all that. I thought, I would say, definitely the best fight of the night. Actually, I would say joint first to the Umaga fight. That's my opinion for me.
What number do you give it? What rating?
Let's see. I would give it 3.5.
Ooh, okay. Jamie, now you.
Oh, I did not like this one bit. I'll give the Jew Orton what did look like a monster. John Cena was determined. John Cena got the win. John Cena looked like, oh yeah, he's strong. But I just couldn't get in this match one single bit. And I know we're going to get it God knows how many more times.
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask that. Ryan, you know how you like this match?
Yeah.
Are you ready to basically see this match every time we do a show?
Really?
Like, those two will fight each other for fucking ever.
Jeez Louise.
Sorry.
Does Johnson ever do most of the destroying than Randy, or is it just always Randy?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Oh boy.
Do you want to know how many times John Cena and Randy Orton has happened?
Yes.
120.
What? Those two?
I just looked that up there. 120 times. I just hope there's some in the next 119 that is better than this. Mm-hmm. And I I gave it a 1.
Am I the heel?
Ew.
Yes, because fuck all of I'm going to be heel. Alright. Here's the nuts I have. Holy shit, there is a if Cena wins, we riot sign. When Randy's coming out, you can see there's a if Cena wins, we riot sign. And I'm like, I thought the only time they had that sign was at ECW. Holy Jesus Christ, there's a lot of headlocks to start this match.
Mm-hmm.
This is an anti-Cena crowd. He is not well loved there. Because you remember when we did the Great American Bash, I said how this was like our first time, how we didn't get a Let's Go Cena, Cena sucks chant. Yeah, that's in this match. There is a loud Let's Go Cena, Cena sucks chant. And JR says that Randy Orton is like a viper. That is excellent foreshadowing because Randy Orton gets the nickname the Viper.
That's cool.
As I have in Catbox, how many fucking headlocks are in this match? Because I'm going to peel back the curtain for all the fans. I already mentioned how I watch all the weekly television and you don't. To stop myself from going insane, I watch the weekly television in the background, and recently I've been playing Inazuma 11 free Team Oka attacks and just occasionally looking up to see what's happening on TV. I don't do it for the pay-per-views because I want to watch the full match. I can take notes that can be talking points that we can discuss about this pay-per-view. This match, I got so bored that I actually pulled out my 3DS and started playing Team Ogre Attacks. I was so fucking bored, and I just kept looking up. I was like, okay, I just played a match against the Little Gigantus. Look up, oh, Randy Orton has Cena in another fucking headlock. Like, did one of them forget the match? Did one of them forget what they were doing in the match, so all the headlocks were so they could call the next spots?
That was the feeling.
I know I used this last time at Great American Bash, but SummerSlam 92, British Bulldog versus Bret Hart, where Bulldog forgot the entire match.
It must be a SummerSlam thing.
There's a nice RKO and Jerry Lawler yells out of nowhere, and I'm like, holy shit, they actually did an RKO out of nowhere. Cena then hits an AA for the win. This was Super Cena booking. When everyone talks about Super Cena booking, where he gets beat down the entire match and then out of nowhere hits the AA, gets the 3, 1, 2, 3, do. This is the match they're talking about. Cena got almost no offense off the entire time, and then boop, Super Cena gets the win. If this is what we have to look forward to for the next couple of years of our podcast, I am genuinely considering retirement.
Get the salmon jacket.
Yes.
I feel they need to. There must be better matches.
This match was 20 minutes long, and it felt like 2 hours for me. And you want to know what's bad? In a year and a bit's time, they have a 60-minute Iron Man match.
That's right.
No.
I am not looking forward to that match. I gave this a 0.5 out of 5. I hated this match.
It's good to see you're the heel.
Yeah, I'll turn heel on Cena.
I've been the heel the past 2, 3.
Yeah, and
I've only been healed once. So the healer of the day is Jamie.
Congratulations, you are more of a prick to these wrestlers than anyone else.
I just didn't feel this. Yep.
Well then, I guess that is the perfect segue into Jamie, match of the night, MVP, and thoughts and overall thoughts of the show.
My match of the night was turnover. Here we go. No. I was looking for what I was doing and I forgot to turn the paper down. I've got Ray against Jabbo. That's my match of the night. MVP. If it was for wrestling, I would say Rey Mysterio. Entertainment-wise, William Regal.
Yeah.
William Regal.
Oh,
That segment. If I had to pick, if you said what can either be wrestler or entertainer, one of the two, my MVP would be William Regal. Just seeing it was just so funny. But I had it. Don't get me wrong, there was some good matches in here. You know, I mean, the two that really, really stick out for me is the triple threat match and the Ray versus Chavo match. That's the only real two that stuck it to me. The rest were just like these segments, like Stone Cold, but Women's Battle Royal, I forgot even existed. But no, I just never felt it. I gave it overall, I gave it a 1.5 out of 5 as a pay-per-view.
oof. All right then. Ryan, match of the night, MVP, and overall thoughts on the show.
Well, oh boy. I would say match of the night, definitely the Umaga fight. Definitely just the teamwork. Umaga destroying them. Umaga actually being affected by some of the hits, which is not something I usually see with Umaga. And just Umaga just destroying no matter what they do, even teaming up together. And I would say that was my favorite match. MVP. I'm gonna have to give it to John Cena, just handling all those beatings and sleeper moments, and still coming out on top and determined to win that belt still, and just still winning it. So I gotta give it to John. Just honestly, what he went through to get that win. Jeez.
All right, so then John's going to get your MVP for practically every other show, because trust me, this is the exact same match he has every time.
Jeez.
But
there is a reason.
Yeah, I will agree with Ryan with the triple threat match. It was between that and the Rey Mysterio match. I was torn between the two. The Rey Mysterio match just pipped it, just and no more. But it was a tough one for me between the two. That was the two that really stuck it for me.
Okay. And your overall thoughts on the show, Ryan?
Overall, a few fights were very interesting to watch. The segments in between were very funny and hilarious. But most of the fights tonight were not the best. Honest, they were not that much entertaining for me, except for the Umaga, John, and Rey Mysterio fights. Those three were really the ones that got me interested in the show. So, and of course, the Triple H coming back. I mean, I kind of liked that as well. So I would say those fights. So I think overall, 2.5 out of 5. 2.5 out of 5.
All right. My match of the night was the Divas Battle Royal. 10 out of 10, best match ever. Oh, honestly,
just before you said that, I was just going to say, do not say the Women's Battle Royal.
Nope, surely he said it.
Puppies! No, match of the night had to be Chavo versus Rey. This was a good match. And you got the Rey return, and you had Chavo being incredible. My MVP is Austin. Steve Austin was so entertaining during that beer drinking segment. However, I would like to make a special extra MVP for King Booker. Not only is this his final segment, like time on our show for a while, but Booker T made this, built this up to this entire match on his own. Triple H was not there for the build at all, but Booker T on his own made people care about wanting to see this match and want him to face Triple H. And that is very admirable. So I want to give him a special, you're incredible, Booker T. I think I'm actually more high on this show than used to are, because we had 8 matches all on this entire show, and I liked 5 of them. There was only 3 matches that I did not like, which were the Divas Battle Royal, the Cali Batista match, and the main event. But
you didn't like the Battle Royal?
If they changed it to
that was one of the best ones of the night.
if they changed it to a bikini contest, then yeah, 10 out of 10. And you also had 2 of the funniest and best segments we've ever had, and probably will ever have, with the William Regal dancing and the Austin beer drinking. But we joked about how Great American Bash was a WCW event because it had a great undercard, but the main event wasn't as good. SummerSlam is that on steroids. Like, I think
Right.
the undercut, like all the matches we had before, except the Divas Battle Royal, before we had like the Batista Cali and Triple H, no, the Cena Orton match. If you exclude those three, I would say that these matches we had, that those 5 matches, are just as good as any match we've had on any other pay-per-view. But the ending, your 2 big matches, your 2 main events, the things that should be the big part of the show, you crap to the bed with this match. Like,
that's the point. I mean, these are the matches that you're going to get the big promos, you're going to get the big hype. Yeah, I mean, all the other matches are
all
to build people up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're giving them some special Batista Kali match, what's the point?
I gave this overall show a 3.5. Like, I would say if you went match by match and did the numbers, Vengeance was slightly better, but like I enjoyed myself more with SummerSlam, and I think the 2 things that really helped was the Austin beer drinking and Regal dancing. I think those 2 just, like, I really got happy. Like, it was funny and entertaining, like those 2 segments that helped increase it. Plus, also with the build, just Booker T on his own, building an entire match and being incredible. So
I agree with the segments. The segments were fantastic. And if we get to the end of 2007 and you say, well, what was the best segment of 2007? I'm stuck for 3. I'm stuck with 3-1 for the last one, obviously, with the war. And these 2.
Jamie, don't even lie. You're not stuck. Literally, we could have the greatest segment ever. Well, we did have the greatest segment ever. Candice Michelle in a water bottle. I think we should have that match for WrestleMania. That would be our main event. Candice Michelle versus a water bottle.
5 stars.
Okay. Is there anything else you just want to say before we do a gratuitous plug segment?
Nah, not really. I mean, it's sad to see because it's sad because Ryan's not really seen much in Booker. You've seen a couple. You've seen him doing there. He wasn't in the last one, was he? I don't think he's the one.
No, I think he was.
I've only seen him. I know he was. I think he was. I did see him on there. I don't know if he had a match or not.
Give me a second. If you keep talking, I'll pull up my Great American Bash notes.
I need to start writing, just keep them on the laptop. I've got bits of paper. I've got them in the hangway.
Great American Bash 2007.
I think I did see him. I don't know if he had a match, but.
Okay, so Candlestick.
Well, for me, yeah, as you were talking about, James, just talking about all the segments and that, and I don't know if I could do this, but I'm doing this. I'm going to be doing this anyway. I would change my overall result from 2.5 to 3 because I agree with you. The segments, they were funny and I did enjoy it. So I'm changing my overall to a 3. I'm going to give it another few because the segments were really good.
All right. He was on the Great American Bash, but it was just a promo, so he didn't have a match. But
right.
Well, see, he's away now. So Ryan never really seen much a Booker T or King Booker.
This was
Yeah,
but we haven't even seen his best King Booker. Like his best King Booker is when he first becomes King Booker, and like when he wins the title. That's like him at his best.
What would actually be ideal is if they had something on the network all about Booker. Ryan could see it and it could be a special.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because he's had he's just like he's passed.
But we can do like a tribute to King Booker. Since we're not going to be seeing him for a while, we can do a tribute of all his best moments or something.
Exactly. And James, you can get a wee song and put his theme tune on the podcast once it's recorded.
Why?
I don't think we'll do it for this one. I think if you give me enough time, I can find enough King Booker and like just normal Booker T stuff and compile them all together, and we can show it to Ryan and that, and it will be like a special. The one thing we are definitely going to have to show Ryan is the Hulk Hogan, "We coming for you," net, and I'm not continuing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Booker T accidentally called Hulk Hogan the N-word on pay-per-view.
No,
it's the funniest shit ever, because he's like, "You're talking about Harlem Heat, talking about Click. After we got down with Lex Luger and the Chan, we want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you." And then the second he realizes what he said, he puts his hands in his head and he's like, "Oh my God, what have I done?"
I mean, there's so much in Booker that Ryan's actually missed, whether it be Harlem Heat with Stevie Ray or whether it's brawling with Stone Cold in the supermarket. He's missed so much. It's just...
I will scour the internet and I'll make a playlist for him and replay it all and just be like...
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we could do specials. I mean, obviously, Montreal's a big thing to look into.
I think for once, it's like Booker, Randy Savage, Montreal, which that's a big one. I think we'll do Montreal before Brett comes back.
Yeah.
And
that way it'll be better for Ryan. You know, because it'll all play into play that way. Randy Savage, I watched something on the network. I thought it was like his matches and that, but wasn't it? It was a documentary.
Ooh, I'll give that a look.
Can't remember the name of it.
I'll scour the internet for it. But yeah, so we've got like 4 specials planned already, which is Randy Savage, Kane, King Booker, and the Montreal Screwjob.
That's the way, you know what I mean, because it's okay coming out when we came in 2007. I'll let Ryan see what's happened in the past. Yeah, I mean, because there's just so much that's happened in the past. Attitude Era and all that jazz, the Monday Night Wars and that. Yeah, when we reference WCW,
he's never seen them.
What is that? You know what I mean? So, you know what it's called, James? It's called Macho Man, the Randy Savage story.
Ooh, okay. I'll give that a watch, and if we think it will give us what we need, I'll tell Ryan to watch, and then we'll finally record the Macho Man Ryan Savage Universe Era podcast special.
Brilliant.
But there's great stuff out there. I mean, it's
all right. If that's everything, it's time for our gratuitous plug segment. So, you can follow the podcast on Spotify podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Universe Era Pod. We're on Anchor at Universe Era Podcast. you can send us an email at universeerapodcast universeerapod@gmail.com. We will be on YouTube at the Universe Era Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at the Scott Nerd. You can follow me on Instagram at the Scott Nerd. You can follow me on Twitch at the Scott Nerd. I am on YouTube as the Scottish Nerd. You can follow me and Ryan's joint channel, Two Nerds Talks, where we talk about Torchwood for a while. And then I think that's that. Jamie is on Twitter at JamieC1980. I don't know what you are. Oh, I was right. I was going to say 1981. He is also on Twitch at Undisputed J, and hopefully soon he will be on YouTube at Undisputed J. Please follow all of that. Give us attention, please. We are so sad. We need any kind of validation. And you can also give us all your money, please. Money, give me cocaine. But if there's listen, if we're going to cover the 80s, we might as well start doing cocaine so we can get into the mindset of 80s wrestlers, because so many of them are on steroids and cocaine.
Jeez.
Yeah. No, like a while ago, Becky Kate was at mine and we were watching some 80s wrestling, and she just like saw like a Randy Savage promo and she just went, I want whatever the hell he was on. Like, that was the purest form of cocaine. Also, but I don't want to really do 80s wrestling right now, because, like, if we do 80s wrestling, I have to be like, this person's dead, this person's dead, this person's dead, this person's dead. Like, so many 80s wrestlers are no longer with us.
Yeah, I think that'll be a bit too depressing for me to watch.
But anyway, my final thoughts are, holy shit, Cena and Orton, first time ever. Sadly, it's not the last time ever.
Oh no.
What are your final words?
The next one's got to be better. It's got to be better. Surely.
All right.
Yeah.
And your final words, Ryan? You close us out.
Okay, no pressure at all. I say, stay cool to everyone, and keep safe, and and everything shall be back to normal very soon. And look forward to more rants about wrestling that most people will know about, and I completely have no idea, but it will be an enjoyable experience.
James, can I just say one thing before we go?
Yeah.
There's actually on the network, there's the best of WWE, and it's all Macho Man.
Ooh,
These matches, it's like 3 hours. It's just under 4 hours.
I'll give all those a watch, and then we'll show them to Ryan if it tells what we need.
Brilliant.
I think between that and the documentary, I think the two of them. Well, but it doesn't tell a documentary if it's no.
Does that though? We also need Randy Savage's rap album. That's a thing. He has a rap album. Anyway, thank you, everybody. And remember, you will respect King Booker.
Respect Hills as well.
All right, we're done. Thank you so much. That was actually very good.
That was brilliant.
And now I eagerly await.
I still can't believe Ryan's cut it just as he was going to get his match rating.
Yeah,
you could, honestly, the WWE couldn't even write that. It was just the timing.
I was like,
I know. That's brilliant. That was brilliant.
I love our new segment of just who's going to be the heel of every match.
Yeah, that's totally gonna be our thing now.
That if we ever make T-shirts, that's like our first one we're having. Like who is the heel?
Yeah, and we can have, and maybe like one day we can like say before we start, we'll have bets on if you've betted on Jamie, James, or Ryan to be the heel of the night. Whoever wins gets something special or something like that.
That's actually a good.
Then Jamie's just going to win all the time because, as we saw, Jamie is just a prick.
Nah, he'll be the obvious one to get it, but then one day it's gonna be not Jamie, and everyone is just gonna go raging.
then it's going to be me.
Yeah, the one over 100.
You know what's going to happen? We're going to go about 2 years. It's just going to battle me and you, James, being heels, and then Ryan's just going to come out the blue and be the biggest heel, and it's just going to catch everyone off guard.
we cover
your chaos,
James. Me and you're gear a match in a pay-per-view at 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5. Ryan's like, no, half a mark.
Yeah. When we cover WrestleMania 25, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, like I now just have this image that Ryan's going to give it like 0.5, and it's like the greatest match of all time.
Nah, I will never give a low mark to The Undertaker.
Can you imagine the Twitter comments to that, eh?
Oh, yeah.
I actually want to do
Do not worry. With The Undertaker, I will never be wrong with The Undertaker. He is another one of my personal favorites.
You would know when that podcast went out, when somebody saw it on Twitter, and if Ryan marked it 1 out of 5, everybody would just be right on now.
I actually want to do that. Like when we cover WrestleMania 25, I've just like we'll sing its praise, and you'll be like, meh, it was okay.
It was mediocre. I preferred the Batista v Khali from SummerSlam.
Oh, no, they'll get Undertaker's gravestone and they'll throw it at me.
Mark Calloway himself will go onto the podcast. It's like, I heard you were talking shit about my match with Shawn. I'll go kick your ass. I'm an Undertaker. I've had my 5th retirement match.
And then I'll go to Vince. This is good shit.
And then
we better know because no luck, Ryan will be fucking Undertaker's retirement match.
Oh no.
Here's me, me and you watch fucking wrestling over live, then Ryan's just got any wrestling and Undertaker's challenging him to WrestleMania match.
To be honest, The Undertaker's going to be like, 70 years old? Probably could still kick the shit out of Ryan. But, thank you so much. I'm tired, so I'm going to head to bed, but thank you.
No problem.
No worries.
Bye.
Right, see you later on.
See you guys.